everybody, TK here, and welcome to the very first episode of A Sucker for Steelbooks. This is a revival of an old series that I used to do on my channel. However, it's going to be a little bit different because I used to do it as a semi-weekly or monthly thing, but the thing is, I don't buy all that many Blu-rays anymore. So what this is an update on all the new Blu-rays that I've added to my collection. You can see, you can go back, you can watch my full Blu-ray collection tour if you want to, and from now on, I'm going to make these videos, A Sucker for Steelbooks videos, in order to show you my updates. So what I get, so what new Blu-rays I get and add to the collection, so you're always up to date with what I have in the collection. However, I don't buy all that many Blu-rays. I only buy movies that I really genuinely liked. I used to buy all kinds of Blu-rays, but I stopped doing that, and I sold all the ones I didn't want anymore because I realized that I didn't want them anymore, and I don't want to have just a bunch of movies that I don't like at all. So, yeah, I only buy things that I actually really like now, so I don't buy all that many. So, this is not going to be like bi-weekly or weekly or monthly or anything. It's just going to be occasional. Every once in a while, you'll probably get one of these videos of me showing you all the new Blu-rays I've got in the collection. And without further ado, I don't really want to waste any time. We've got a lot of things to go over here, a lot of fantastic movies, and even a TV show that I absolutely love. And I cannot wait to talk about all of these. So without further ado, let's get into this. And we're gonna go ahead and get the one new release out of the way right now. Now, this isn't the only new release, but it is the only new movie. Like, this is the only new movie that I have, and this is actually what I was waiting to do this video on, and that is Spiral from the Book of Saw, the brand new Saw movie. You guys know I absolutely love Saw. It is my favorite horror franchise besides Child's Play, and it is my favorite movie of all time. The original movie is my favorite movie of all time. I'll go ahead and I gotta move my little jigsaw figure out of the way, but I'll go ahead and bring in my absolutely gorgeous 4K Saw Steelbook here. I cannot wait to put these next to each other because guess what? This one has a slipcover as well, just like this one. This is my new favorite thing ever because I love Steelbooks and I love slipcovers, and this is a Steelbook with a slipcover. It doesn't get much better than that, man. So, yeah, this is another one with a slipcover, but I actually waited to open this so I could open it with you guys. So I'm very excited. This is the brand new 4K Spiral Steelbook, and we're gonna get into this. Now, this is the brand new Saw movie with Chris Rock. I did make a full review on this movie if you want to see it on my channel, if you want to know all my thoughts on it, but too long didn't read. I really loved this movie. As a Saw fan, this is a really terrific Saw movie. Saw is definitely an acquired taste. Not many people will enjoy this movie, but if you are that acquired taste and you do like Saw, then you will probably love this movie, and I really think this movie did a lot of things right that a lot of Saw movies didn't do right, honestly. And yeah, ooh, this Steelbook is gorgeous. So here it is, the brand new Spiral Steelbook. My favorite thing about this movie, man, was the Jigsaw Killer, the brand new Jigsaw Killer, because he was the only, honestly, I think that this Jigsaw Killer was like the only Jigsaw Killer to actually get the MO, to actually feel like a genuine copycat of John Kramer, because Hoffman and Amanda, they weren't really copycats. They just took whoever the fuck they wanted and put him in traps, made him some bullshit reason so they could pretend like they were still following the Jigsaw MO. And most of the time, they put them in an unwinnable game. So they really were not true Jigsaw copycats. But the dude in this one, he's a true Jigsaw copycat. He gets the MO. He puts people he puts terrible people who kind of deserve to be there. He puts them in games that are winnable. You just have to, you know, you have to have this, what does John Kramer say? He says, the missing puzzle piece, the will to live, that's what it is, the will to live. Yeah, you have to have the will to live in order to survive his games. And that's why I think this movie is so much better than most of the Saw movies, because he actually got it. His traps were winnable. He wasn't just a fucking murderer who called himself Jigsaw for no reason. And yeah, he was really cool. Chris Rock was excellent. All the other cast members were really great. I really liked Marissa Nichols in this movie as well. Samuel L. Jackson is in it as well. The dude who actually plays the new Jigsaw Killer is also very good. All the traps are really cool. If you're a Saw fan, you're really gonna dig these traps. They're very cool, very Saw, and yeah, overall, just a really good movie in my opinion. So yeah, here is Spiral Steelbook right here. You open it. We'll take it out of the slip cover here. Here we go. There it is. There is the slip cover with the, you can just faintly see that little pink spiral there, because, so if you look at it, you have the actual Steelbook right there, and it actually looks like, so the spiral is actually printed on there, but this, you can put this on if you don't drop it, and it kind of gives that spiral more of a glossy sheen to it, if you see there. So yeah, very nice overall. Here's the back, which is lovely, absolutely lovely. I'll put this show you guys it next to the Saw Steelbook right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god. These are so pretty. I'm not sure if they actually made like a individual Steelbook of every single one of the Saw movies that I would buy them all, because I also have this collection of all of the movies besides Spiral. So this is every single one of them, and I actually really like this collection. This is perfectly fine for me because most of these movies I'm not that big a fan of. Maybe Saw 2. If Saw 2 got a really cool Steelbook release, I'd probably go for that one. But other than that, I think I'd probably just stick with these. Honestly, these are perfectly fine in my opinion, because my favorite Saw movie is obviously the first one, followed by Saw 2, and then Spiral. So yeah, really awesome. I love this, and let's get into this. Also, real quick, the special features, you can read them on the back there. There's an audio commentary with Darren Lynn Bousman that I'm super excited to watch. But here is the Steelbook on the back. You got Zeke right there on the little saw blade right there, and when you can open it up, you get the full thing right there. I gotta get my digital code out of there. There you go. And then you can see the spine there. Let's take a look at the spine. Spiral, absolutely awesome. And then what does it say? Okay, so it has like the S and then from the Book of Saw. That's pretty cool right there. Very nice. And then we'll open it up, and you got the 4K and the Blu-ray there, and it looks like the subway trap right there. That's pretty cool. Or no, it's him investigating the subway trap. Very, very, very cool. Very much like it. So yes, absolutely awesome. Beautiful, beautiful Steelbook. If you like Spiral, if you like Saw, definitely go to your Best Buy and get this Steelbook before it's gone, because this is absolutely gorgeous and I love it. Very pretty and goes so well with your other Saw Steelbook. Absolutely beautiful. So there we go. There is our very first thing. Alrighty, next up, let's go for this one. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, baby! I fucking love this movie. Something I don't think I've ever been able to say on this channel. I love Scott Pilgrim versus the World. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Absolutely love this movie. I love the characters. I absolutely love the whole shtick with this movie. How it's like a dude who's basically living in a video game. So fun. And then the whole story of him wanting to be with Ramona Flowers, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who I love to death. And he has to fight her 7 evil exes in order to get to her. So great. I love this movie. It's an absolute classic, my favorite Edgar Wright movie by far, and yeah, I love this movie to hell and back, and the music in this movie, oh my god, it has one of the best soundtracks I have ever heard in my life. Every song in this movie fucking kills, especially Brie Larson's song. That one is my favorite. I love that fucking song. Black Sheep is what it's called. Yeah, I absolutely love this movie. This is the 4K release. There was a Steelbook as well. I decided to go with the 4K because I liked the cover more. The Steelbook was pretty nice, but I liked the cover of the 4K more because you got Scott Pilgrim and Ramona Flowers right there, and then the 7 evil exes all around him, and it looks like, yeah, you got Aubrey Plaza's character down there, which is kind of fun, and then Brie Larson right there as well, so very nice. A lot of this movie is chock full of amazing actors, man. You got Chris Evans in here, Jason Schwartzman, Michael Cera, obviously Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Aubrey Plaza, Brie Larson. Lot of really, really great actors. The dude from Jennifer's Body that played Amanda Seyfried's boyfriend in Jennifer's Body, he's in here as well. Knives is also really great. I love this movie, man. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, one of my favorite movies of all time. Oh, I totally forgot. I wanted to give rankings to all the movies as well. I'm gonna give Spiral. I'd say Spiral, if you're a Saw fan, is A tier. But yeah, once again, it's an acquired taste. But if you're a Saw fan, A tier. I think Spiral is really, really great in that department. But Scott Pilgrim, I'm going S tier. I love this movie, man. This is one of my comfort movies. I watch this movie all the freaking time, and I was just waiting for a really cool release to come out so I could add it to my collection. So there you go, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Absolutely beautiful. Next up, Rush Hour Trilogy. Yes, absolutely love the Rush Hour trilogy right here. This is of course the movies with Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, and I'm sure you've all heard of Rush Hour before. Super fun action movies. Jackie Chan is like insane in these movies. He's like a damn ceiling fan overclocked with a car battery, like this entire freaking runtime, spinning around doing the most insane freaking fighting choreography you've ever seen in your life, and it's really funny as well. Chris Tucker is great in this movie. I love these movies. I watched these movies as a kid all the time, and when I saw this in Target, I just had to get it. Very nice artwork right here. You got Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan right there. Rush Hour at the top. Some nice arc right there, Rush Hour Trilogy, the back right there, and then this is a slip cover, and you can pull it out, and you have Rush Hour, all 3 of the movies. Really love all 3 of the movies. I would say the first one is probably my second favorite. The second one is my absolute favorite. The second one is the best one in my opinion. That one is so fucking good. I love the second one. And then the third one I think is the weakest overall, but it's still pretty darn solid overall. So if I were to rank them, 2, then 1, then 3. But I really love all 3 of them, and yeah, this is a very nice release. You can see right there, and you open it up, and it's this nice Blu-ray, and you have Rush Hour 1, no, Rush Hour 1, and then Rush Hour 2, and Rush Hour 3 right there, which is very nice. And you get, you get 2 copies of each one because it's Blu-ray and DVD, if I remember correctly. So very, very nice overall. I absolutely love this. I love these movies. And yeah, Rush Hour, super, super fun. First movie, I'd say A tier. Second movie, I'd say S tier. And third movie, I would say B tier. So love this trilogy. Rush Hour, absolutely awesome. Spider-Man Steelbook thingy. I found this at Target. It was on sale and I decided to grab it. I really only bought this for Far From Home and Homecoming because this comes with Venom, Homecoming, Into the Spider-Verse, and Far From Home. I only bought it for Far From Home and Homecoming because those are 2 of my absolute favorite MCU movies, and Homecoming is my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. I love Spider-Man Homecoming, and I actually took out the other ones because I didn't really care for them. They were just in a little middle thing because I'm not a fan of Venom or Into the Spider-Verse. I know Into the Spider-Verse is like really beloved by people, and that's fine if you love it, but for me, it didn't do anything for me. I really didn't care for that movie all that much. So yeah, really just bought this for Homecoming and Far From Home. Nice detail on the back here as well. Very nice. But yeah, it is a very nice steelbook. Absolutely love it. On the side there, you got all the movies it comes with, and then you open it up and you have all 4 of the movies. Of course, I took out the other 2. So yeah, there you go. And you have, looks like Spider-Man back there, and looks like you have Homecoming. Yeah, you have Homecoming suit right there. Oh no, that's the Far From Home suit. Both of those are the Far From Home suit. I don't know. Literally, both of those are from Far From Home. But yeah, pretty fun overall. And yeah, I absolutely love these movies. I guess I'll rank all 4 of them, but I don't. Yeah, okay, so Venom, which is the first movie up here. Venom, it's not terrible. It didn't really do much for me. I think Tom Hardy's a good actor, but I'd give Venom like a C. Homecoming is S. I absolutely love Homecoming. Michael Keaton is incredible in that movie, man. Into the Spider-Verse, honestly, C. It's just not a movie for me. I'm sorry, I just didn't get it, man. And Far From Home, I would say probably S as well. I really like Far From Home as well. Mysterio is a really awesome villain, and I love just about everything they did in Far From Home, and I cannot wait for No Way Home. That is very exciting as well. So yeah, super love this. Very nice for Homecoming and Far From Home. Really, really, really nice. So there you go. There we have that. Okay, do we want to do these next, or do we want to do this one next? Okay, you know what? We're going to do this one next. Here I am. Once again, I love Victorious. Okay, so I was on Amazon picking up some stuff, and I saw these, and I just could not help myself. I've been really holding out on buying all of these shows that I really love, iCarly, Victorious, Zoe 101. I've been really holding out hope that a company will realize that they can make a small fortune off of making like a super glamorous box set, because as soon as those happen, I will buy them. The whole show in one awesome box set. As soon as those happen, I will freaking buy them. But I couldn't help myself. They were pretty affordable, and I just adore this show, man. I love Victorious. So I got Season 1, Volume 1, Season 2, Volume 2, which also comes with the iCarly crossover, which I absolutely love, and Season 2. Yes, no Season 3, which is really unfortunate because I'm pretty sure Season 3 is pretty unanimously regarded as the best season of the show, and I am among that unanimous vote as well. I love Season 3. It's got all the best episodes and all the best songs, but Victorious is the shit. I cannot say that enough. I love Victorious. If you have not watched Victorious, watch it. This is a show for all ages, honestly. It was made for kids, but honestly, you can watch this show at any age. You will absolutely love it. I guarantee you, it is that good. I guess I'll talk about a couple. I guess I'll just talk about a couple episodes from each of the Blu-rays. But Victorious overall is S tier. 100% Victorious is S tier. It is such an awesome show. It's basically about a high school girl who realizes that she was born to be like a star, and she kind of accidentally winds up in this situation that lets her go to this really glamorous school for really gifted and talented teenagers. And yeah, you basically just watch her become a pop star, basically. And it's a really fucking great show, and it's got an absolutely incredible cast. The cast of this show is god tier, man. Every single character is awesome. It really is an outstanding show. It's one of those shows that is just so unbelievably perfect to this day and has such an awesome fan base that I'm so happy to be a part of because this show just rules. So let's talk about each of the DVDs individually. I'll talk about a couple episodes that I really love. So here we go, Season 1, Volume 1. Let's see, I'll pick two episodes to talk about from each one so I don't take up too much time here. But let's see here. So Favorite episode from this one, probably, I don't see, okay, I thought the Great Ping Pong Scam was on this one. I would have to say, let's see here. There's a lot. Every single episode of this show is fantastic. I want to say that every single episode. Rex Dies is a really fucking great episode. Absolutely love that one. Because I remember when I was a kid, I didn't like Robbie very much. He was like the only character I didn't like. But when I grew up and realized that Robbie was actually like controlling Rex, that made him a lot cooler to me because when you watch him as a kid, you kind of just think that Rex is just actually alive, but when you grow up and you realize that it actually is Robbie just being a ventriloquist, so everything Rex says, Robbie's actually saying, it makes Robbie a lot more interesting of a character because he's like two personalities, which is really, really weird and really cool. Plus, Matt Bennett is absolutely fucking awesome. I love that dude. But yeah, Rex Dies is a really great episode, and Jade Dumps Beck is fucking great as well. I absolutely love that episode. Jade is one of my favorite characters. I love Elizabeth Gillies so much. She is my queen. Yeah, but every single episode is great. I cannot stress that enough, but if I had to pick two favorite episodes from this one, definitely Rex Dies and Jade Dumps Beck. Robert Rotzi's really fucking funny as well. I love that episode. So yeah, there we go. There is Volume 1. Here is Volume 2. I think this is where a lot more of my favorite episodes are. Oh yeah. So, Freak the Freak Out is my favorite episode of the entire show. Freak the Freak Out is the gold standard victorious episode in my opinion. If you want to watch this show, but you don't really know if you want to fully get into it, just watch Freak the Freak Out. It's the perfect victorious episode. It pretty much embodies the show perfectly. And I absolutely fucking love it. Both of the songs from Freak the Freak Out are two of my absolute favorites of the entire show. And yeah, absolutely fucking love that episode. And it's so good. Both halves are so freaking good. And yeah, I love it. But yeah, the Great Ping Pong Scam is probably my second favorite on here. Although Sleepover at Psychowitz is also extremely funny. I adore that episode. Where they're all kind of so Sleepover at Psychowitz, so they're talking about method acting, which is like acting with acting as your character in-depthly. Basically what Jared Leto did on the set of Suicide Squad. And basically they go over to their teacher's house, their acting teacher's house, as these characters that were made, and it was really funny because they have to stay in that character the whole time, and if they break it, then they have to leave. They get kicked out of his house. Really awesome episode. One of my absolute favorites. I love that one. Survival of the Hottest as well. I gotta talk about that one as well because it's so fitting right now because it's like fucking hell outside right now, dude. Dear God, this heat wave can fuck off and die forever, dude. But yeah, Survival of the Hottest is so fucking good. Absolutely iconic episode of the show that I love to death. So fucking funny. Love that one. And yeah, I want to talk about Freak the Freak Out a little more because that really is the gold standard Victorious episode. I don't think I can think of a more perfect episode of Victorious than Freak the Freak Out because it's so good. Basically what happens in that one is, so Jade and Kat, who are like two of the best characters of the show, I absolutely love them to death. They get teased by these two girls who got like no fucking talent whatsoever. They just think they have talent, and they get teased by them because they go over to their table, they start fucking with them and like Beck and Andre, who are also there as well, and they start telling them off, being like, hey, just because you go to a really glamorous school for talented means doesn't mean you are talented. And then they go up, they do their shitty song, and then freaking Jade and Kat go up and literally decimate their performance. But they still win because their father actually owns the restaurant that they're playing in, and so to get back at them, they devise this absolutely fucking awesome scheme where they get Tori, who is the main character of the show and is the girl who realizes that she is born to be a pop star. Basically, she's like the main star of the show, basically. And because she was kind of doing something else, she was kind of stuck with something at the time, and they dress her up to look all ugly and shit so that they strike a deal with the two bitches that suck at singing and just win because their daddy lets them win all the time. And they basically get it, they make her look ugly, so they will pick somebody in the restaurant, and they pick Tori dressed up like that, and then she gets up on stage, and it's so awesome because you watch these girls as you watch Tori like take all the makeup off and start doing Freak the Freak Out, which is the song, and it's one of my absolute favorite songs from the show. And it's so great because you watch there with the girls, and you get to watch along with those two girls as Tori literally blows the fucking roof off of the restaurant. And it's such an amazing episode, man. It's absolutely flawless. I adore that episode. I think the best thing about that episode is because you realize, when you watch it, you realize, what was being said there, because So those kids, they were distant on Hollywood Arts, which is the school they go to, and they went, and when they go there, and obviously they beat Beck and Jade because they cheated basically. But then when they get Tori and they get Tori and they dress her up like that and she's on stage, she takes all that stuff off. You totally see that the girls like realize that that's like their friend that also goes to Hollywood Arts, especially when she takes him back to her house and you see Beck and Andre there. You know those girls are just like, oh shit, they had another one and they totally scammed us. So yeah, it really feels like, you know, actual talent beating just people who have no talent, just skirt through life because they had a gifted family member or something, and it just feels incredible. It's such an awesome episode. So yeah, I realize I took way too long talking about this, but I fucking love this show, dude. I can't stress that enough. I love Victoria so much, man. Please watch it if you haven't. It's so awesome. And lastly, because season 3 is not available on DVD, unfortunately, we got season 2 as well. Once again, absolutely flawless. The whole show is flawless from beginning to end. It's S tier, beginning to end. But yeah, talking about a couple episodes of here. Ice Cream for Kesha is one of my absolute favorite episodes. I love Ice Cream for Kesha, where there's this contest going on that if you get a certain, if you fulfill a certain thing, you get Kesha, the famous like pop star, comes to her house and actually does like a full concert, and it's a really amazing episode that I just absolutely love. Other episodes, let's see, Terror on Cupcake Street is awesome. Blooptorious is fucking hilarious. It's the blooper episode, which I absolutely love. So freaking funny. Beck Falls for Tori is awesome. Locked Up, the special, absolutely awesome. Every episode, once again, I can't stress enough, every single episode is so freaking great. I absolutely adore this show. But yeah, Begging on Your Knees as well. Oh god, Begging on Your Knees is so good. One of the best songs from the show as well. Absolutely love it. Can't stress enough how fucking awesome Victorious is. Yeah, I just absolutely love this show. I love every single character on here. I love the cast so much. It makes me really sad that I really cannot stand Ariana Grande's new music because I just hate it. I hate it so much. I'm sorry, but I do. I can't deny it. I hate her new music. And it's so funny too because when the show first ended, Ariana Grande and Victoria Justice, they both started making music normally, and Victoria kind of had the more lackluster music, and Ariana was really making the great stuff. But these days, Victoria is making really great music, and I really can't stand the shit that Ariana Grande is making now. So it's kind of funny. They kind of switched. They kind of switched because at first Ari was definitely making the really great music, and while Victoria's music might not be like popping off like Ariana's does, it's 100% better. If you have not listened to Victoria Justice's new music, I would highly recommend doing so. It's very, very good. But yeah, there we go. That is Victoria Season 1 and Season 2. Absolutely love the show. S tier all the way. Cannot say that enough. And lastly, we've got a couple Dreamworks DVDs Blu-rays right here. I'll start off with this one because it's by far the more exciting. I saw this at Target and I could not help myself. I do already own this movie on Blu-ray, but I couldn't help myself. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I love the Steelbook. This is How to Train Your Dragon. I adore this film to no end. I cannot stress that enough. I love this movie. Absolutely outstanding movie. This movie is flawless from beginning to end. This Steelbook, the second I saw this Steelbook, and I was like, I need that. I love this movie so much. And yeah, I didn't really care that I double dipped because I just love this Steelbook. Look at that. That is so gorgeous with Hiccup about to touch Toothless for the first time. And then in the back, you got him flying on Toothless right there. So great. And we'll open it up and we'll see the Blu-rays right there. Very, very, very lovely. Nice picture of Burke right there. Absolutely adore this movie. S tier all the way. Don't think I need to say much about How to Train Your Dragon. It's pretty well regarded as one of the best animated movies of all time, and it 100% deserves that. Such an outstanding film. One of my favorite animated films of all time. One of my favorite movies of all time. I adore How to Train Your Dragon. And lastly, to round off this whole video, I got Kung Fu Panda Trilogy. All 3 of the Kung Fu Panda movies. Love all 3 of these, but by far my favorite is Kung Fu Panda 2. Absolutely 100%. Kung Fu Panda 2 is one of my favorite animated movies of all time. I adore Kung Fu Panda 2. Kung Fu Panda 1's great. Kung Fu Panda 3 is also pretty good, although my least favorite by far. I definitely think Kung Fu Panda 3 is the weakest, but first one's awesome. Absolutely love it. Second one is fucking god tier. I adore the second one with Gary Oldman as the peacock dude. It was so, that movie is so fucking good. I cannot stress enough how awesome Kung Fu Panda 2 is. And then Kung Fu Panda 3 was also pretty darn fun. But yeah, love this trilogy overall. One of DreamWorks' best trilogies, and I just, yeah, absolutely love it. I would say the first one is A, Kung Fu Panda 2 is S plus 100%, and Kung Fu Panda 3, I would say probably A. So pretty happy to have this. I can finally retire this this DVD I've had since I was a kid, so that is very nice. I can finally get rid of that, and there we go. Have all of the Kung Fu Panda movies. I haven't even opened this because I literally just bought this from Target like a couple days ago. So yeah, very nice. I saw this and I decided to go ahead and grab it because I love these movies. But there you go, everybody. There you have A Sucker for Steelbooks episode 1. Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. What did you think of the video? Let me know all your thoughts below. What was your favorite pickup? What was your favorite pickup? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on the video and all the pickups. And yeah, just, you know, leave whatever the fuck you want down there. I don't care. And with that being said, this is DK Guillotine, signing out.